let's talk about HIIT cardio. More specifically, let's talk about the 4x4 protocol. But before we get there, let's rewind a little bit. HIIT, H-I-I-T, stands for high intensity interval training. This form of cardio is done by alternating back and forth between high and low intensity intervals. So for example, if you were to jog for 30 seconds and then run as fast as you can for 15 seconds and go back and forth, that would be a form of high intensity interval training, also known as HIIT. The 4x4 protocol is this somewhat buzzworthy thing that's going around out in the universe right now. A lot of people are starting to do and a lot of people are starting to talk about. So I'm going to break that down and explain to you how it's done, and then I'm going to give you my 2 cents on it, and I'm going to give you something that I feel is a little bit better to do than that one. So here's how it works. You do a 10-minute warm-up, light to moderate intensity, usually around 65 to 75% of your rate of perceived exertion or your maximal heart rate. Then you stomp on the gas and you hit your high end for about 85 to 95% of high intensity for 4 minutes straight. Then you come down to your low end again, which is about 65 to 75% of your maximum heart rate, and you do that for 3 minutes, and then you repeat that whole protocol 4 times, and then you finish with a 5-minute cool down. So, if you think about it, 4 minutes at a really high intensity, almost maximal intensity, you're really huffing and puffing, man. That's like foot on the gas all the way, almost. To me, you can usually go about 1 to 2 minutes at a high intensity like that, and then you're gassed to a point where your neurological system is going to start breaking down. This is my 2 cents now, so don't throw me under the bus. In all my years of practicing exercise and fitness and doing the research that I've done, I've come across this, and it is my knowledge that if you go any harder or longer than 2+ minutes, you're really going to be struggling. So if you're trying to get to 4 minutes at a high intensity, and you're able to make it, and you're able to repeat that cycle of 4 minutes high and 3 minutes moderate 4 times in a row, you're a very, very fit son of a gun. I can tell you that much. Now, I'm not going to say you can't do it, but the best way to get to that point is to start off small and grow tall. So first, establish some baseline cardiovascular strength by doing steady state cardio, for example, for 30 minutes, and then 40 minutes, and then 50, and then 60, and work your way up to a point where you can do 60 to 90 minutes of steady state cardio. And when you get to that point, then I would start dipping your toe in the waters of those longer high intensity intervals. Start out shorter though. Go for 30 seconds as hard as you can, and then go 60 seconds light. And then master that, and then go 45 seconds hard, 45 seconds light, and keep working your way up until you can get to a minute, and then a minute 30, and then 2 minutes, and start building your way up to that 4-minute interval. Because I'm telling you, that is a long time, and it takes a lot of mental strength as well. So before you just jump right into the fray with something like that, get yourself a baseline and then work off of that. And if you start doing high intensity interval training and it's not the 4x4 protocol, then my suggestion for you is this. Start with a good 10 to 15 minute warm up or more. A lot of these people and a lot of these hot shots out there are saying, oh yeah, 2-minute warm up and then run as fast as you can and do all these high intensity intervals. If you've never done high intensity interval training before, you're going to gas out and you're going to either hurt yourself or you're going to hate it and never want to do it again. And it is something to be loved and it's something to be valued because it does help the body in many ways that steady state cardio cannot do. So my suggestion is take your time with your warm up. Do 10 minutes or 15 or even 20 minutes if it takes that much. And then just start triggering in some sprint intervals, for example. I particularly love this cardio machine we have at the gym called the Curve because it's curved like this and you run on it and it's manually operated. And for me, you don't have that like robotic feeling where you're just keeping up with a track that's going underneath you on a conventional treadmill. And you're at a bit of an incline, so you burn like 33% more calories than a conventional treadmill can afford you. So I like that aspect of it as well. And it's easy to stop and start on a dime, where a regular treadmill takes a while to get going and then it takes a while to slow down as well. Now, yes, you can grab the handles, the handrails, and just hop off of it and jump back on again if you're doing sprints, but then you're at a dead stop. And I don't particularly like that form of interval training. I like to always do something. So super high fast, and then walking pace or moderate jog, and then alternating back and forth. That's my style and that's my brand. That is how the 4x3 or the 4x4 is set up as well. So you have a lot of room to play here with the high intensity interval training cardio protocol. Have some fun with it. Let me know how you make out, and always think safety first. Till next time, this is Kevin David reporting live.